Hi everybody, welcome back to Laura A Music Corner. I am back for a new music reaction. So, I was like debating what kind of reaction I would like to do next because pretty much I've been doing a lot of artists that I everybody adores and loves, but also I wanted to explore into more into Arion, but something detoured me, not deterred, detoured me. Um, and last night I was going through Facebook because every so often I go on Facebook like any other human being. And first of all, I have seen Floor's post a couple of days ago for this particular song. And then last night I saw Arjen's Facebook post that he put up on July 16th for this particular song of his solo album. Now, I haven't heard much of the music that he has done with his solo album, but this one particularly piqued my interest. And I'm gonna say is this with anybody who I'm gonna say is this with a lot of sincerity. This music reaction, I'm gonna do it with a lot of respect. Now, I saw his post, Arjun's post that he put up, and he says, "Dear friends, here's my new video clip and single. We'll never know." He goes, "It's by far the saddest track on the album, about a loving couple who are expecting a little baby girl whom they'll never meet. Please listen to the heartbreaking vocals by Jansen, who is being a mommy herself, put her heart and soul into this track." Now, what took me there, and I'm sharing my personal experience, I'm doing this with a lot of respect, especially with parents who lost their children before they even born. I myself have lost a son. And so this reaction will be dedicated to my son, Simon. And anybody who is going through a loss of a child, please know our little angels are around us. And I send my love to my baby boy. And I know everything is well. So everyone going through this, please know that your little angels are with you. So this will be my first time reaction. And let's get to it. I'm already emotional, so I know I'm gonna do a lot of crying, and I got my tissues ready. So let's do this. It's first time reaction to Arjen Lucassen's song "We'll Never Know" featuring Floor Jansen.
Remember those days, the endless tomorrows, in every way. We knew what we wanted. Horizons expanded. The future was open. Our seed was planted, and our lives were full. the future's been stolen.
Lost and defenseless. Oh, and how can we go on? Would she be shy and face the world alone? We'll never know. Would she be kind to heal a heart of stone? We'll never know. Would she be wise and right the world from wrong? We'll never know. Would she be wild, adventurous and tall? If only she could be here at Would she be shy and face the world alone? Never know. Would she be kind to heal a heart of stone? Never know. Would she be wise and right the world from wrong? We'll never know. Would she be wrong? Adventurous and tall, if only she could be here. If only she could be
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. But it was beautiful. It was very beautifully done. I enjoyed it. It really touched me. It really touched me. Um Anthony has a really wonderful voice. He has a very wonderful voice. I think from what I read, he was like like he wasn't sure if he really wanted to sing, but he has a wonderful voice. It really he got his emotions out there, and just the combination between him and Floor, they blended really beautifully. Of course, Floor knows how to bring in those emotions as well. After all, she is a mom of two, so it is, it's very raw and very real to even think the unimaginable. And like I mentioned, this is just a very respectful music reaction. I would I put it in my playlist? Absolutely. I think I would. I'll be probably crying a lot, but it's a healing cry. It's not a cry like I'm in sat in total depths of silence. It's just, when you go through a process like this, it's something that, I do have a lot of peace, and I know that each one of us, experience losses, and but in my heart I know that my little angel's with me, and anybody who's going through something like this, just find the peace, and yeah, and just take it one step at a time. I'm gonna pull it back. I'll stop along the way and share the different parts of the video that I and the song that I really enjoy. I think he really knew how to capture the emotions as a parent's aspects of both sides, and it was very beautifully done. So I'll stop along the way and let you guys know what part of the music I enjoy. Uh, okay, let's do this. I'm gonna say this part, this start of the music. It brought me back of the music of the 70s. I'm trying to think of the artist, but had a very laid back feeling. Like if you're sitting either at a beach or at the pier and just overlooking the sunset and just contemplating about things in life. And I just love how he started this song like that, just having that like you're contemplating on life and just getting the ambiance of the music. It just was very perfect because of the fact that I'm a person who grew up with a lot of 70s music, and just hearing the touches of it, like the different aspects of the style, I really enjoy from this piece.
Remember those days, the endless tomorrows. In every way, we knew what we wanted.
Remember those days, the dreams that we followed, and our lives had just begun.
Horizons expanded. The future was open.
I love, and I'm listening not just with Arjun and Floor singing, but I'm listening to the acoustic of the guitar playing. It's just like so beautifully done to a point that, again, like I said, it feels like they're reflecting on their life in the past. And so just to hear that, just the perfect touches in the music, they knew how to emphasize it very well, but yet keep it very simple. And just Floor, I love how she is able to keep the harmony, not overdoing it to the top, but just keeping it simple, very light. Almost like, like she knows how to put that little harmony, but it just keeping it very, very carefree. And that, I really love in this piece that she does with Arjun, because he's very, his vocal styles are very different from hers, but he has a way that just the simplicity alone, they both know how to add the perfect touch to it together.
Our seed was planted, and our lives were full of hope. Would she be shy and face the world alone? We'll never know. Would she be kind to heal a heart of stone? We'll never know. Would she be wise and right the world from wrong? We'll never know. Would she be wild, adventurous and tall? If only she could be here at all.
I love how they were able to keep the voices together in like a steady flow, but when they got to this part, I just like how they just dropped a couple of notes down, almost like like sadness, like almost like they're, of course, they're experiencing the sadness of a loss, but just dropping down the notes in the song, it just add a lot of depth in and the emotion into the music. So I really enjoy how they were able to play it together and just sounding so unified. And this part, it was just like that's when I started feeling, and I'm like, I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna cry now because I felt the emotions of it. And this is the part that I felt like it just added so much rawness into it.
feeling so helpless. The future's been stolen.
Lost and defenseless. Oh, and how can we go on? Would she be shy and face the world alone? We'll never know. Would she be kind to heal a heart of stone? We'll never know. Would she be wise and right the world from wrong? We'll never know. Would she be wild, adventurous and tall? If only she could be here at all.
I love this part of the song because it's almost like they escalated more. And it's almost like, to me, it's almost like you're bringing hope back to yourself. Not just the sense of like losing a child, but almost bringing hope back to yourself as like not giving up on life because you're just bringing life back. And they know that at some point you cannot lose hope and give hope back to what you lost. And so I love how they were able to to escalate the song to this point. Like, it elevated the mood, and it just like I felt it more because of the fact that it was just like, for me, it's just solidified. To me, it's just like you just got to keep pushing forward now and not lose hope on life, and just know, it's like me as a parent, not lose hope, because you know what? She's still with you, he's still with you, so I love this piece.
Would she be shy and face the world alone? Never know. Would she be kind to heal a heart of stone? Never know. Would she be wise and right the world from wrong?
In this part, I just heard her getting a little raspy. I heard Flora's voice getting raspy, almost to the point like she sounded like she's gonna cry. And just to share that part of the emotion, the rawness, you could hear it at this point in her voice, because it's one thing that, you're experiencing and reading these words, and singing it feels like it's becoming more and more real. And that's the part that I heard it in her voice. It became too real for her. So, like, a lot of times, when she has sang in different, situations between the private concerts that she does, her own individual concerts and Nightwish, when she feels certain types of emotions, and I hear it all the time, that there's certain songs that touches her, she tends to crack her voice. And it's not because she is not being professional, it's the fact that she could feel the emotion at that moment. And right here, I heard it again. It's like she felt the emotion right here in this spot. It's when she did that piece, I felt it like if it's a mother's cry. It was definitely a mother's cry. And just like almost like if you're in despair and just like try to make sense of it. But just the way she did that, it just was like a mother's cry in disbelief. And that what I caught right now. I love this piece that Arjun did in this last piece of the song. He just added this perfect touch. It's almost like a dedication of like not losing hope, you know, it's just like it's almost like not only adding the final finality of the song, but just almost like capturing just moving forward. And me personally, I feel it as a positive way, but it's just he added such a perfect touch to the ending of the song. I have to shut up because I'm afraid that it will jump into a commercial. But I enjoyed it. I think it was beautifully done. I think it was beautifully done. I personally, Arjun, continue doing your solo albums. I think you have so much more to share in your writing and in your singing too. I mean, I wouldn't stop. I think you did a fantastic job on this song. Floor did amazing job too in her vocals in part of this project. I think it's really beautiful. And anybody who has lost a child, please know my heart is with you, and we'll get through it. So thank you again for everyone for checking out this music reaction. If you're new to the channel, you're very much welcome to subscribe. If you have any um like any music videos you want me to react regarding to Origin, which I'm thinking of doing a couple more, and or any Arion um music video, drop a comment on the comment section on YouTube. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you again for viewing my content, and I'll see you here soon at Laura A Music Corner. I'll see you then.